Hello and welcome to another part of the Up North Scandinavia trip series. And good morning from lakeside. Not even lake, it's a fjord. Fjord side, it's basically by the seaside. There's the ocean, or a part of it. Slept well. I don't got my watch, like 8:20 a.m. or so. We wanna leave in about half an hour, so let's try to make that work. Pretty nice view here. Weather could be better, but it's not too bad. At least it doesn't rain, so that's great. Knock on wood. Let's hope it stays that way. Yeah, we used about, I don't know, 20% battery, I think. We're at 60ish now. Not sure what we were at last night, but yeah, that's all great. So let's jump out and get our stuff packed up. Alright, we are packed up and ready to go after the exact half hour that I mentioned before. So that's perfect, even better in our time plan as we thought. So now our next stop is not this, but Tromsø. Let's see, there's Ionity somewhere down here. I'm not sure if we can make it there, but that would be nice. 34% is pretty high. Let's see. Search this area. No, won't find it. Then we'll just search for Ionity. Maybe no, 600 kilometers is maybe a bit far. I'll need I'll need to check it. It should be somewhere down here, I think. Wasn't that here? Was it Circle K? Ionity Large Station. This one. Because we would arrive in Tromsø with 3%. So that should be good enough to get to Ionity with 24%. Awesome. Great. Let's do that. Alright. We're heading out along the fjords and towards Tromsø. Alright, we arrived at the Ionity station after 91 kilometers, consumption of 207 watt-hours per kilometer with preconditioning, pretty good, but we also drove pretty slow. Yeah, there's the Alpi. We like them Alpis, so we use them. Let's jump out and plug in. Looking good, come on. Yep, and we want 71. Great stuff. Come on, get in. Here we go. Looking good. Our favorite contactors are going. We're preparing power. Yeah, should be good. I'm gonna go and grab my jacket while it's still clicking, and we're charging. Really good. Yes, there we are, 40 minutes until fully charged. We don't need that much, we need just as much as we take while we go over to Circle K and get some breakfast. Xpeng P7 spotted. Bye bye. Truck with some BYDs on it and some more stuff, but there was at least one BYD there. We got our breakfast, coffee and something to eat. Cars, I don't know, charged up enough in any case. And yeah, I tried to authenticate at Circle K charging with my roaming cards just to check if it works, but the charger like ignored my cards, so I don't know. Seems like that doesn't work, maybe. Probably. That's what I guessed already, but because as far as I know, Circle K isn't roaming much, but yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, Ionity is fine. We're now continuing on to Tromsø to take a look at the city. Hope that the weather is a bit better, even though I don't think so. But yeah, would be nice. Great, let's jump in and head out. We have arrived in Tromsø in the parking garage with 40% state of charge. That's pretty good. We're just gonna plug in and charge while we're here. Let's hope that works. 50 to 180 kilowatts. Interesting badging. CCS1. Start. Yes. Oh, that's a huge plug. Damn. Internetproblem? Internal problem. Please reconnect. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna check that real quick and then we'll see if we get it to work. Alright, I just used the other charger and that's working. So I guess that unit is broken. ABB, always at its best. But now it's looking good, preparing to charge, and we are charging. That interface is so super slow. Now, there we go. Great, all right. We are charging, that's awesome, that's all we need. We're probably gonna charge until 100% and then we're good to go. Nice. EV9, Leaf, Ioniq 5, e-tron, Model X, and that's just what I've seen in 5 seconds. A Model 3, Polestar 4. What else can I spot? BYD Seal U. What else do we have? ID4 over there. Yes, the Twizy. Nice, love it. Volvo EX40, I think. And for sure much another Model 3. And much more that I don't see right now, probably. Gulf Blue Taycan. You gotta love it. But you gotta love the Twizy even more. Because it's a Twizy. How could you not love it? Citroen Iberlingo, E-Up. There's a Polestar 2 somewhere in there that I've just seen. That I can't see right now because there's caddies in the way. That's the Polestar 2. Volvo EX90. Nice. The second or third one we've seen on the trip. What else do we have here? Model Y. Some hybrid vehicles all over there. And a nice harbor. That's nice. That's pretty. EQC hidden in a back alley. There's quite some of them over here. What's there? New Model Y, Ioniq 5. Pretty cool. MG ZS EV. Do we have something else? An electric bus, for example. An MAN E Lion City, or Lion City Electric. Not sure what's the official name, but good enough. BYD electric taxi. I think that's an old Tang, if I'm correct, and a Lexus electric one. Pretty nice. Awesome. That's the bridge we've driven over to get here. And some culture. That's some church. I don't know nothing about it, but looks interesting. And it was notable. It was like noted in the visitor's guide, so we've seen the church. Thanks. A complete base ID bus cargo. That's the spec. EQE 350. Some diesels, an iX1. We have something, another iX1. It's crazy. The Lexus taxi again. Enyaq taxi and another Model Y. Another ID bus. And a non-electric bus. And I think those could be maybe electric? No, they aren't. They're just combustion. A warning bus. I don't know what the heck that is, but that's the vibe. I want it. DHL with an electric Renault Kangoo. Nice. And Yak and BYD, I think. And what the heck are you? Are you an iWays taxi? Or another Xpeng? No, a BYD. What the heck? And there's a BZ4X. BYD Tang taxi. And that is... what is it? A sea lion maybe? Or another tank? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm so confused. That's too much for my head. Any soul? No, see that? No, that I think that's even the same or what's the way around? I don't remember. Alright, so as you can see, just a quick walk around a random Norwegian town, one of the bigger ones, shows you quite a lot of EVs, and many of those that I almost never see in Germany, because the variety is so much higher here. Alright, I just checked our route. The next stop will be Moskenes, pretty far down Lofoten. That's where we need to be tomorrow morning, or tomorrow noon, to get a ferry to leave Lofoten again. If we leave now, we should be arriving around 9 p.m, so pretty soon. Let's see if we do that or if we stop in between. But yeah, we'll see about that. But we have some options. Alright, so it seems like the payment machine is broken, but why was he able to start charging? I feel pranked now. Alright, never mind, whatever. We're just gonna unplug and then we're good to go. Alright. Nice. Great. You wanna drive? I don't care. We'll see. Let's go. Alright, I already sent the route to the car. 8 hours and 46 minutes. It says we would be arriving at 9 p.m. in Moskenes. I guess we're not gonna charge in Setermoen already because 41%, who does that? We're gonna look for another charger further down the road. And yeah, looks good. Let's do it like that. Also, we can pay for the parking after leaving probably. Or maybe it will automatically deduct it from my credit card because I'm registered with the parking garage operator. So it should do that, but it didn't show anything before, so we'll see. Really interesting thing we discovered before when driving towards Tromsø is they are building a new road over there with a huge bridge over the fjord, and you can see it in a sec. But yeah, right here they are building a bridge there, and the street will probably come towards this one time, maybe in a year or so. I don't know how long that takes here, but I'm guessing it's quite quick. And there's a whole street being built on the other side of the fjord to probably go around all the villages that we are going through right now. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I love infrastructure like that. That's so cool. Quick update, we are right now just where we've been before to charge at Ionity, but now we're back some hours later. It's 1:30 now. Ionity and Circle K are just over there. But we are continuing on to either the Copel station that we have in here, or possibly even the next supercharger down the road, which we should arrive at with 13%. So yeah, I took the other charger out that it wanted us to go to, and now after saving some energy, it thinks we can make it to the next supercharger. So if everything goes according to plan, we will make it there by 4 p.m. after like 250 kilometers or so, with one charge, which would be awesome. Let's see about that. But yeah, that's the plan right now. With those views right next to us, could be worse. We're now here where we thought about charging at Copel, but yeah, there it is. But we don't need to, because we still have 23% in the battery, and we're gonna arrive with 7% at the supercharger. So all good. Alright, we got to the supercharger with 5% state of charge, so no problem at all. 262 kilometers with a consumption of 173 watt hours per kilometer with the roof tent and our mounted stuff back there. That's crazy. 3 hours and 46 minutes of driving. Crazy. I don't think if I've ever driven that long, like in one session. That's crazy. All right, close the windows. That's also pretty good here. Let's grab that boy. Does the button work? It doesn't, of course. But we're used to that. Plugging in anyway. 2B is out of service, so only 1B available, and that's blocked by that Lexus over there. I'm sorry, my boy. Also, look at that. What the heck even are you? A Hongqi EHS9. That's a big boy. Really big boy. Damn. How's it charging? And what state of charge is it at? 95 kilowatts at 24%. That's not even that great. But yeah, well, we are already at 124 kilowatts, 130 and rampant, but I guess we're not gonna get full speed, maybe? Maybe we do? 150? 154, ramping, still, slowly. Slowly but steady. 166, oh, looking good. That's pretty good for not that well pre-warmed battery, which we couldn't do because state of charge was pretty low and we need to charge for 20 minutes, so I guess it didn't want to overheat anything, but still, 160 is pretty good. Alright, we're gonna grab our stuff, take a look at what's down there, and have a look at the Lofoten, which is already pretty nice from driving through it. An interesting setup with the cabinets down there and the posts up here. That's interesting. Alright, we got us more coffee again and some more caffeine in form of Coca-Cola. Very healthy lifestyle we have here. The car's at, let's check, because I didn't. Come on. 64%. Great. And we're almost good to go. 5 minutes to continue trip. Pretty good. That's awesome. The guys with the Subaru or Toyota are still trying to charge. There's an i3 coming. Nice. Pretty little i3. Let's put in the coffee and yeah, then we'll wait for 5 more minutes and then we can head out towards Svolvær or so. I hope I said it halfway correctly. At least would be nice. And we're right by the airport with the plane starting. Or landing? What's it doing? Maybe it just landed. We're gonna check flight radar. Okie dokie, we are charged up to 83% and arriving at the next supercharger with 23. Way enough buffer, and here's the queue. Or the next car that would come would be the queue. One guy already was here and left again because nothing was available. Because one stall is broken, number 2B. That's sad for him, but yeah. Now one is available again. That's pretty good. Now let's continue on. Pretty nice. And check if we need to pay for parking. We shouldn't, because it's free for 2 hours, but can't hurt to just check for a second. Alright, there we go. the construction site here, it seems like we are officially about to enter into Lofoten area. Let's see if there's a big sign about that or if they don't care. And there's some big machinery going on. Gotta love it. Maybe not on 2x zoom, but you gotta live with it because I'm stupid. So I think this border here might be leading into Lofoten, but maybe we're already around them. I'm not sure, but in any case, it's really pretty here, and we still got like 2 hours to the next supercharger, and then some more hours to the southern end of the Lofoten area. Pretty nice, awesome landscapes here. I hope I can capture some of them for the video and for you, but yeah, it's quite a lot. And sadly not the best weather, but we try to do our best and yeah, check everything out. Arriving at the supercharger, but we're not going to the supercharger. We are going to recharge because you can guess it there. they've got camp power chargers. And as we have not gotten any camp power chargers in Germany yet, or maybe one, but that's not that much, I decided to go to them because I want to charge at one for once to check it out. And we're gonna hop out. Now, let's take a look at that real quick. 167 kilometers, 2 hours and 40 minutes, crazy, and 183 watt hours per kilometer. And yeah, we're above 5,000 kilometers all in all. That's crazy. Almost 1 megawatt hour of energy used while driving, mind you. I think we're crossed the 1 megawatt hour already because I was using energy while sleeping. So let's get this boy parked and then we'll plug in. All right, 200 kilowatts available. Let's try if Shell does what it should. Nope. Then we use this one. Yes, that works. All right, great. Let's take that plug. Heavy one. And it's getting stuck. Oh my god. But at least it's a long boy, so we can get it plugged in here. Awesome. I love those cable management springs here. That's so awesome. You could park in forwards and still be able to plug in. All right, let's check that out. We are communicating, I hope. Does it want us to? What's it doing? I'm confused. Yes, here we are. We're preparing to charge. English, please. Yes. Sounds good. All right. And we're charging. Ramping up. 22 kilowatts. 30. 40. 45. Come on. We can take more. Yes. Give us all you can. And we can even scan this QR code here to check on the current session. And the station says vehicle limits. Damn! I love it! Charging stations that tell me things. We need more of those. Please, CPOs in Germany, use camp power chargers. They seem awesome. 130. Come on. Go faster. 140. Come on. You can do more. Can we do more? 145. 142. I think that's all my car wants right now because we need to charge for quite a bit to continue our trip. What does it say? "20, 35 minutes remaining, but not to continue trip, so it's confused." Yeah, all right, still great. 130 kilowatts is good enough for me. We're gonna walk around and check out a bit of that city here as long as we're here, and then we will continue to the ferry port. I just unplugged at 70% with 27 kilowatt hours delivered in 15 minutes. Time flies, crazy. We're gonna go over to the extra Coop down the street to get some food because I'm hungry again, as like all the time. And yeah, why not go to the Coop, because the gas station is pretty expensive. Also, look what we absolutely didn't see before. There's chargers under the canopy. Pretty nice. They're replacing gas pumps here as well. Love it. Alright,
got us some food and food supplies and dinner and everything. And we noticed there's a tunnel on the next stretch that closes from 11 p.m. or from 6 p.m. We hope it's 11 p.m. because it's like 10 to 8, I think. So we should hurry a bit. We should be there shortly after 9, but to be sure, we should just hurry up and not waste any more time. So we're heading out. I also just noticed when you navigate to a supercharger that's in a paid parking lot, it now informs you that the parking lot is paid, and in this case that the first 30 minutes are free of charge. So that's pretty cool. Would have liked to have that in Romania last year when we went to Timisoara and arrived at the full parking lot that had to be paid to be able to get to the supercharger at all. So yeah, that's nice. And also we're just 1 hour 14 minutes away from the charger. It seems like that tunnel is open, so let's hope everything goes to plan, but we are optimistic right now. Also, the weather seems to get a bit better and the light conditions are wild, completely wild. just arrived at the supercharger with after a very wild ride behind a Slovakian dude in his Skoda Kodiaq. Crazy, but was a lot of fun, gotta say. We're already charging, we're already plugged in, and there's a new V3 Plus, V3.5 supercharger here. The old cabinets of the V3 that were here before, V3 on a pallet, are disassembled and ready to be taken away. Pretty wild. And yeah, we're allowed to park here for 30 minutes. 35 minutes of charge limit, so I guess we're gonna go leave in like, yeah, at like 10:30 or so, then we should be good. And have like 90%, that should be enough. Yeah. Awesome drive, but very windy and very rainy and very weird lighting conditions out there. But yeah, if the wind isn't too bad right now, we might want to have a look at the village here. If it doesn't rain too much, I don't know. We'll see about that, but yeah, really nice. Also, we had luck with the tunnel because it was open. They had a like leading vehicle to guide you through the tunnel, like a guiding car, whatever, guidance car. And the guidance car was a Model 3, like 2019 to 2021. Don't know if long range or standard range, but it had the same brake lights as I do. So the small little brake lights. That's how you know it's an older one. And they had like light bar with yellow blinking lights on the top. You might have seen it with the driving recordings, but I also got this portrait recording here. Really fun. Really nice. Love to see it. Always traveling through the tunnel and back. So yeah, really nice. All right, we're gonna charge up, and then the ferry should leave at 11:45, so we should be there at 11. Takes us 9 more minutes to get there, so that's not a problem at all. As soon as we're done charging here, I guess we're gonna drive over, and yeah, that should be fun. All right, we are ready to unplug, like you can guess back there. Looking good. $119 NOK, and we're gonna drive over to that house over there to pay, not pay for our parking, to say that we don't have to pay because it's below 30 minutes. All right, the machine said we were free to leave, so we are leaving. Let's hope that's correct. Yes, looks good. We're gonna check in a sec on the website just to be sure, but should be no problem. So now on to the ferry. Let's hope we can get on it. Alright, we arrived at the ferry port, and look who's right in front of us. Our friends from Slovakia in their Skoda Kodiaq. So the supercharging stop cost us exactly nothing time-wise. So that's all great. I'm not sure why they are all standing in those long lines, but it doesn't make a difference if we're further in front in line 4 or not. So yeah, that should be all great. The ferry leaves in an hour about, so I guess boarding won't start like before in half an hour or so. So yeah, we'll wait and then we'll see, and we'll update you as soon as anything happens. Great stuff. The lanes are slowly moving, it seems, but
What the heck are you doing? Yeah, we'll see about that. As long as he doesn't back into us, it's all right. All right, we're on the ferry. Everything worked out as planned, but my car scraped on the edges of the ramps. Not too bad, it's just the plastic on the sides, but it always hurts when it happens. It happened before, it'll happen when we leave, but it hurts. It's only plastic, nothing bad can happen from it, but it hurts. I think they're closing up now back there, so we're gonna check out the ferry and then probably go to sleep. And we need to check if we need to re-disable alarms. No, we don't need to. All right, it's disabled, so alarms won't go off when the ship is moving around. Great. All right, I guess we're on the ferry and on the way to the shore. I mean, we're just leaving Lofoten, so it'll take some time. 3 hours to be exact, but yeah, maybe we'll try to get some sleep, take a nap at least, or just enjoy the scenery. At least what we can see of it. Alright, we're back in the car and it seems like things are happening. We're about to leave the ferry and to find our camp for the night. We already found the parking lot that we put into the car. The car still thinks we're on the other end of the ferry trip, so that's confused, but we're not. It's all fine. So let's get out of this metal clanker here. We found a parking lot 2.8 kilometers before the other one that we found on maps. So here we're parking and here we're sleeping. We're really tired, so we're just gonna go to bed as quick as possible. Thank you so much for watching and see you guys in the next one. Bye.